Alright guys, I'm back, and today I want to talk about the hidden gem of this season. So a while back I made a hidden gem about, what was it, Super Cub? And I was talking about how that was the hidden gem. And this season also has a hidden gem because amongst things like Spy X Family, Chainsaw Man, and several others that are just basically really big names, this anime is probably more, if I had to take a guess, lesser well known. And so it's overlooked, I guess. Same with the other anime I did, but that one I can see. But like this one's more of a hidden gem because I like this one a lot. I really do. I think it's very, very good. The characters, well, let's start off at the beginning. First things first, the art style is actually kind of unique. As you can see, I have it open right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just press watch. We'll go here. We'll go to the first episode. We're gonna turn this down, and I'm just gonna play like a quick, like 10-second clip or something, just to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. This art style, I like it. I like it. Obviously, with how art style is nowadays, this is kind of different, to be honest with you. And it's like, so yeah, see. It reminds me of, like, I can't quite describe it, but it kind of reminds me of Keep Your Hands Off Izuken or something like that. I can't remember the name, but that was a very good anime as well. But the art style is something that I very, very much like. I like the characters. I like how they look. I like how they all look. And where is it? This girl right here. They all, like, these characters all have pretty much tropes. That they all like represent and stuff like that, like almost every anime. And the main character, the main character, her name is Serufu Yu. It's basically a play on word do it yourself. It's basically like a play on her name. No biography written. It's crazy. But anyways, her character is like a really airheaded character. She tends to wander off into space, like in her mind and stuff like that. She's super clumsy and stuff, and as you can see, she gets herself hurt a lot. So usually I don't really like these types of characters, but something about the way she's written is really nice, and especially how people react around her. Usually I feel like, or usually I see characters like that. Let me press X on this, what the fuck. Usually I see people like this character getting like a lot of attention inside of their anime, and it's like the way they treat them is like they baby them, etc, etc. But this, she's kind of just left alone to her own devices. Like people obviously like somewhat worry about her, but they're not all over her and like doing everything for her or everything and things like that. She's pretty like I want to say do it yourself. She's pretty much really free. But at the same time, people don't really accommodate to her very much at all. They kind of just like go with it, but they don't do things for her at all. So I really like that. And then you have the other characters. So basically, long story short, do-it-yourself follows high school girls working on do-it-yourself projects as they struggle, fail, yet they don't give up, etc. The school has a do-it-yourself club, with this character right here being the only one. She's the only one in this, what's it called? She's the only member, and she's basically trying to keep it alive. They basically tell her, yeah, this shit's gonna shut down unless you get new members. In comes the main character. She brings other characters, and basically that's how it goes. You know, basic standard anime club life. Club's in danger. People start joining in. Simple, but I like obviously, it's crazy because this, like, the way the story works is so interesting. Because, how do I say this? Alright, so obviously no big, it's a slice of life anime, you can't really spoil much. Basically, these two characters have been childhood friends. This girl right here, she's a tsundere. She thought they were gonna go to the same high-tech school together, so she was super excited. Turns out the main character just forgot to tell her, like, yeah, she didn't qualify, she didn't make it in, so she's gonna be going to a different school. It's like literally in the same area. Wait, did someone just say something about Izuken? Did you want to watch Izuken, blah, 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 a simulcast, but missed your chance back in? Fear not, you can do it now, because the series is on air again for some reason, although under do-it-yourself. it's still mostly the same old show with the same old flaws and pretentious future setting that doesn't do anything to the core premise of cute girls, except makes the show appear more creative than actually the pretentious primary. Alright, so this guy obviously does not like it. I like it, bro. I actually do. Well, the setting is like, yeah, I like it. It's a futuristic world where a lot of things are met. And this girl, like I said, back to the school, this girl is going into like this futuristic school and stuff like that. And she thought they were going to go there, but they didn't. She didn't qualify, so she's in this like smaller school. And so she's in a smaller school. It's like inside the same premises, so she can pretty much see her like it's literally in their front yard. And this school that she goes to is massive, surrounds it, and she's basically going to like an older school and stuff like that. It's not as advanced. So so basically Sundra, she's playing Sundra because they're not in the same school or whatever. And so she basically in this new school, she makes friends with this girl first, the basic shy smart girl with glasses, basic character, right? But I love the way she joins the do-it-yourself club. I can't really go into it without like explaining specifics, but she gets into does she join the first or second episode? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, she joins in the second. She joins in the second episode, I believe. So let's just go to the second episode. So, if this works. This used to not have ads. What the fuck is going on with Anime Play? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and... Oh, no. Mute. I like how she's talking about this. Oh, man. Yeah, she tried to make a bench. It did not quite work out exactly how I thought the story would be going. But yeah, so she basically ends up joining this club by helping out and realizing, it's actually kind of fun. But it's not like the standard, like, do-it-yourself. Like, you would think do-it-yourself is like, oh, building this, building that. But basically, they're trying to make a new sign. And she's basically like, alright, I'll help you out, right? And she just gets really into it. Hold on, where is it? Wow. There it is. Yeah, there she is. No, go back. Go back. Go back. I also really like, so yeah, as you can see, she's getting like really into it, trying to make this like a really cute like poster board. And so she really ends up liking it and basically decides like, you know what, I want to join the club. Funny enough, obviously, she tells them like, oh, I want to join the club or whatever, and the two other main characters are like, I thought you were already in the club. Yeah, they thought she was already in the club, but no, she wasn't. Now she's officially in the club. But I like how she gets into it for different reasons than like the main character and the other ones. And I like the way that was introduced. And then we have Julia Queen Elizabeth the 8th. Oh my god, I didn't think I was gonna quite like her character. She's kind of like Licorice Recoil. You have that little girl hacker. What was her name? Hamster? Or no, I don't quite remember, but what's it called? She reminds me of her. Super smart, obviously lolly character. But the difference here is like it's like she's a child because this is a middle school setting, right? It's a middle school setting, but this girl is like far advanced in the sense that she's smart, so she skipped grades, so she's actually like an elementary school student in a middle school setting. So I love the fact that they really like, yeah, she's super smart and everything, but she's still a child. Like, she's still an elementary school student, and you see it throughout the thing, and you see how characters react, and like the repercussions of like treating her as if she was a middle schooler, and then being surprised by obviously like, where is it? Episode 3. Again, kind of spoilers, but fuck it. The people that watch my videos probably aren't gonna be like, oh, he spoiled it for me, because they're probably not gonna watch this to begin with. But yeah, see, she is in terms of age. So basically, what had happened here is Julia Queen Elizabeth, they nicknamed her Joko, and so she basically kind of comes around and like, she's like super like technology, into technology and stuff like that, but she's also into it. But yeah, she basically comes here to just make fun of them and stuff like that, and then she blows up on her and is like telling her like, just don't come here if that's all you're gonna do and shit. And so she says fine. Who'd want to come to this broken down old shack anyway? So they're you primitives. What is she, an elementary schooler? And then it's like, she is in terms of age. And then she's like, oh fuck. Yeah, she like literally realized like, yeah, like that's a fucking kid. You know, she blew up on a kid, unfortunate as it is. And so she ends up doing it because it reminds her of her mother. Her mother used to do like do-it-yourself projects and taught her how to use like drills and stuff. So she did end up joining after like they had like somewhat of an apology type thing going on or whatever. See, as you can see, so she ends up joining in, and see, this is her remembering her mother, and she ends up joining in. Again, she's a kid. I love the fact that they really do play on that. She's still a child, and even though she's like a genius or whatever, it's still a kid. Things like Licorice Recoil obviously don't go into that at all, and they just kind of keep her in that she's super smart hacker type thing, you know. But this actually focuses on it, which was really nice to see. So next up, you have the Tsundere character. Like I said, this is episode 4. I meant to make this video after episode 3, but now I watched episode 4. It came out, and I had to do it because it surprised me yet again. See, these two, like I said, they go to different schools. So she's a Tsundere, but you yourself, she's not really one to change. She thinks they're like on really good terms. She's like, yeah, that's my childhood friend, we're cool and all. She doesn't take any offense to anything she could possibly say at all, despite some of the meaner things that she has said. It's not like it's too mean, but she hasn't been the kindest as of recently. But she takes no offense because, oh shit, how'd I do that? Well, anyways, she takes no offense. Like, look at this. I really like this. How do I go full? There he is. So yeah, she takes no offense to anything she could possibly say, and because of that, she doesn't really chase this character trying to hang out a lot. It's like, oh, if she comes over, whatever, it's cool. If she doesn't, it's cool. We're still friends, and it's like that. And because she's a tsundere, she's not the first one to approach. So I'm thinking, I'm like, how the hell do these two characters bridge the gap to become friends again? How does that happen, right? And in the second episode, the main character, she thinks of if I click on pictures, I wonder if I'll see pictures. Yeah, you do. Oh, nice. Look at this cool artwork, illustrations. But yeah, so the main characters, so I'm wondering, I'm like, how the hell do they, connect together? A character that that thinks they're on good terms and has literally no desire to like chase, like to try to like hang out and everything like that. And a tsundere who basically is completely soon right now. So how do you bridge this gap, right? And in the first episode or the second episode, I think it's the second episode, she remembers, when they were kids, they used to hang out at her place all the time, and they sat on this bench. The bench is no longer there, so she's like, why don't I just build a bench so that way we just hang out and a bench again, right? So she builds this bench with the club, as you can see it right here. I wonder if you can see it somewhere here. No, you can't really. Well, they're sitting on it. It's a bench made out of skis or whatever. So she starts building this bench. I'm like, okay, the project's gonna be this bench, and that's how they're gonna close the gap. Seems simple. Seems pretty straightforward. All right, I'm down with that. So I'm waiting. She's building the bench, and then she tells her in the same episode. I was not expecting that. I was expecting like closer towards the end for this. I was expecting this to be more of a project, to be honest, with her learning and her doing it herself. And then like towards the end of the series, they make up and like be friends or whatever, right? That's what I was expecting. No, at the end of the second episode, she tells her like, yeah, I'm building a bench so that way we could chill again. And she's like, why the fuck do I want a bench? She's like, keep the bench. I don't want no bench. And so again, she doesn't take any offense to anything. She's like, oh, okay, that's cool. And so now that bench is just chilling here. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Not only is the bench finished in the second episode, but on top of that, it's not even used to bridge the gap between them at all. So they're still at a distance, and I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna close this gap? And voila comes episode 4. Blew my fucking mind. Didn't expect it to go at all. Basically, Jovoko, where is she? She's right here. Is there a close-up of her? No. Jovoko. She, like I said, she's a super smart character, but she also has some like handiwork, like do-it-yourself type knowledge, right? But she's super fucking smart. She's still a kid though. So what does the main character do? She invites her over to her house to chill. She looks super cute. Yes. So she invites her over to her house to like hang out, and I don't know if I did not mention it, But the two main characters, they're neighbors. She's got a big old house, like super security, like super advanced technology. She's got kind of just like a normal ass house, right? So they're next to each other, and these two, and so she looks through the window and she sees that Joboko is just chilling with her, right? And so she gets kind of jealous, and so she kind of like tries to come up with a plot to like, how do I talk to them without it seeming like she wants to talk to them or whatever. The main character's mom sees her outside her house and is like, oh, why don't you guys like come in for dinner, right? It's like, your mom's coming home from work late, so come for dinner. It's like, okay. So now she has dinner. She's chilling with them at her place, and she realizes, hey, these two who are super into technology. By the way, she was trying to get into the big school, the big technology school, but she spelled the name wrong. Ended up going to the small school. So her intention was to always be in the super smart school, technology advanced, but it was a mistake. She didn't. So when these two characters meet in there, they actually hit it off, and they start talking about technology and stuff like that, and their views, etc. And so I was just like, oh, I did not expect that. Like, it makes sense, obviously, two characters like that, but after their first interaction in the third episode, I believe, they had a small interaction where it didn't end the greatest, but they didn't quite remember each other because it was a small interaction. They didn't care enough to remember, but so they didn't remember each other. But yeah, so they start talking and everything like that, and ends up with the episode. This girl breaks into her house, just breaks into her house and is like, yeah, I'm gonna be living here, and in exchange, obviously I'll pay rent, food, and everything. And not only that, I'll give you all these unreleased apps that you can't get. And so she's like, she folded basically because she wants the technology and stuff. Her mom comes. Her mom's great. I love her. She's fantastic. So mom's like, all right, fine, but you're gonna have to pay $10,000 a month. This girl, remember, she's like super smart and everything. That's because her dad's like a big CEO of like technology or whatever, right? Super genius. And so she's like, oh, $10,000? No problem, I got you. And then the mom's like, and then obviously the daughter, she's like, that's way too much, mom. You can't make her do that. And the mom's like, I won't budge on the price. I won't budge on the price. It's gonna be 10,000 yen. 10,000 yen is like around $100, bro. Give me $100 rate. I need that, bro. Give me that. So anyways, so yeah, obviously, mom's super nice. She cooks it for them dinner and stuff like that. I like that. I like the mom a lot. I like the character personality. Man, this show it's so good because it's like slightly deviates from the norm. I expected her mom to be like more of like a super strict person who does nothing but work, a real career person that kind of neglected her child. But no, she's really nice and everything. It's just that, well, as far as we know, it's just the mom. We don't know where the dad is. Where they have a big ass house. They have all this technology, and how do you do this? You pay for it. You pay money. So I'm just like, damn, this girl's really out here. This mom's really out here getting that bag. She's working, right? She's putting in that overtime and shit. That's why she doesn't see her a lot. But you kind of have to if you're gonna be like providing this type of life for her and stuff. So yeah, she agrees to the homestay, and now these two characters are there. But not only that, the main girl, these two, they started talking again, and they're kind of more chill with each other, and like they're closer now. This girl Jabako, she like bridged the gap for him. I definitely didn't expect that to happen. Like, didn't expect those two characters to like bridge themselves and get closer so early, and in this way. It's crazy how this character kind of connected them, because I wasn't expecting it at all, but it felt so smooth. It's so good, and this show is like much more chill and less of over exaggeration. For example, they're having dinner, and you would assume like when someone has good cooking, like you see like, oh, the characters are always like, oh, it's super good, and then they get embarrassed that they're like, like that. But no, this show is like much more. I can actually show you in episode 4 if this loads. I can actually show you exactly what I'm talking about. It's so subtle. Let me, oh yeah, here she is. Basically, she ordered a bunch of fucking stuff because she wants to decorate her room. They're taking a bath together because, again, this is still a child. My voice is starting to go, but what the? Oh my god! I need to find a new. So right here, see, look. So she tries this food, right? And she just says it's delicious. She likes it. And same with Joboko, she's kind of just watching, and she's eating, and same thing. You know, did I pause it? No, I didn't. It's because I don't have sound, so I can't hear what they're saying. But yeah, she just puts on a smile and keeps eating it. You know she likes it without her really having to say anything about it, right? And so I really like it because it's so like not over dramatized. No, not dramatized. Over exaggerated. A lot of characters like, oh, I was like, oh, it's so good. It's like, and they started thinking it's like, oh, they never had something so good. But no, it's just good food, and they just enjoy it. I like that. It's very, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a very nice feeling that it's very subtle. So yeah, that's all there is for obviously the 4 episodes. But I can already tell this is something that's gonna be enjoyable. We haven't quite gotten introduced to her. She joined. She literally at the end of the 4th episode, she breaks in to the club room from the roof. It's funny. She makes a really nice entrance. I like her character already. She's cool. But yeah, I like the characters. I like the art style. I like the design. Everything looks so good. And it's crazy that where's the review? It was in this one, wasn't it? Yeah. Where is this guy? It's crazy how this guy also mentioned Izokun. And if you guys don't know what Izokun is, let me Control C, Control V. This show. As you can see, the art style kind of seems similar. In a way. It seems pretty similar. But yeah, it's crazy how I thought of this and that person also. So we were kind of able to make the same connection, although we kind of obviously disagree on it. Do It Yourself is one of the most disappointing anime of this season. When you see the animation, you meet striking designs, relaxing composition, lively and natural, lovely light. Yeah, visually it looks really good. However, the anime doesn't live up to its technical ability. Do It Yourself is just a set of gimmicks and themes attached to an unoriginal setup that leaves no amazement whatsoever. It's like a viral TikTok recipe. Yes, it looks good, but they didn't care about delivering the flavor, and you end up eating a bunch of Parmesan cheese. The main shortcoming of the series. How long is this? Alright, alright, I'll leave it up to that. But I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. You're leaving this in a 4? You're high, bro. You're high. What did this guy leave? A 3? Oh, waste of time. Alright. I disagree, obviously. As a big consumer of slice of life anime, I can tell you this is actually quite a bit different than the other ones, in my opinion. It's all in the subtle things. Like, when you watch so much slice of life, you kind of pick up on the subtle differences and stuff like that. Of course, that's just my opinion, you know. Maybe I haven't seen as much as them, you know. But when I joined in on watching anime, I kind of jumped off the other side of the end. So instead of getting into anime through like My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, stuff like that, I got in through Little Witch Academia, you know, Yuri Yuri, all these slice of life shows. I got into them. Kiniro Mosaic. I skipped class to see Kiniro Mosaic, and I skipped to see the movie, obviously on my laptop and shit. But still, like, I was watching so much slice of life, and to this point that it's like, anytime I pick up a slice of life, there's some shows that just don't do it. It's like, I can just tell that some shit is just, like, in my opinion, just bad. Like, I'm not gonna enjoy it at all. But this, I very much appreciate this show a lot. Like I said, a lot of it just kind of comes into the subtleness of it. It's very calm, and it is comfy. I think it is comfy, but I do like it. Again, obviously, they say the setting, you know, the futuristic setting, and contrasting this doesn't really fit or anything. I disagree. I think it works wonders, especially considering it's literally just it's literally these two's relationship. You have two different sides of what's it called, not the plot, the setting, you know, the future the advancement of technology on one side, and you know, the do-it-yourself on the other, you know, and they kind of connect together through it. I think it's great. I like it, to be honest with you. So that's it for this season. This is, in my opinion, the hidden gem. Go ahead and take a listen. Go ahead and watch it if you would like. I think it's very good. So yeah, this actually has a pretty high rating. What is it? A 7.50. It has a 7.55 rating. Remember, the underrated anime that I said that I made the video on, The Lies We All Tell, that shit has a 6 point like something. This has a 7.55. That's significantly better than what's it called? Than that. So, in my opinion, based on Mal, if anything up like in the 7, around the 7.5 is pretty good, and anything below between 7.0 to 7.5 is usually like preferences and stuff like that. and anything below 7 is usually, yeah, it's kind of bad. But you know, a few exceptions. Like I said, The Lies We All Tell I think is great. Granted, it's only been 2 episodes. This is 4 episodes. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. It's probably gonna be super long. I'll see if I can edit it down. We'll see. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.